Teacher, I just came on here to see what y'all was doing. It's late. As y'all can see, I've been cleaning. I've been cleaning. Getting rid of stuff I'm not going to use. Boxes and things and clutter. It's springtime. I got to get this mess out of here. You hear me? Oh, Jesus. I finally got my pack together. I put everything in Ziploc bags. And because if something happened, I need to be ready. So I was charging up some of my emergency light bulbs and stuff, just going through my stuff. I'm still not finished. You got some more cleaning supplies today? Yeah. Hey. Yep. I've been trying to get my stuff because we don't know what's getting ready to happen. So I was like, let me quit playing. I planted. I had bought me. Y'all already know the old trick, but I had bought me some green onions and I put them in the fridge and they wilted. I pulled them babies right on out, put them in a cup, and used two toothpicks to hold them up in that rubber band. Baby, they grew roots in like a week or two this long. So you know what I did? I put them outside in some dirt today, so I'll be growing my green onions from now on. You hear me? I'm not buying no more green onions. Hey, y'all. I'm not buying no more green onions and ain't. Hey, Mariah. Hey. Yeah, I'm not buying no more green onions. Because I got seeds. I'm like, what? I'm about to plant some when I done bought these instead of throwing them away. Well, happy birthday early. Oh, happy birthday today. You read the book Lamech of Cain. It's good, ain't it? So I just want to know who went and watched the Omega Code. I know it's a little cringy because it's from 2000. But did y'all see? Who saw? They even talked about the pandemics. Did y'all see what they was talking about? In 1 and 2. I know it's a little cringy, but is that not all that's going on right now? They even talked about the serpentine and the snake. That don't have nothing to do with what's going on right now, do it? The serpentine program that NASA has and CERN that they get ready to shoot up into the into this. You was gasping. Dios mío. Mios say it, girl. Dios míos. Ay, Dios míos. Like, did y'all see it? Is that not everything that is going on right now? That movie came out in 1999, y'all. 1999. The movie is Omega Code. Ay, Dios mío. Yes. Yes, the Omega Code 1 and 2. And it's cringy because it's 2000s and TBN did it. But if you look back 25 years ago, if you look back, you're right, because my daughter about to be 25. It's all the stuff that's happening right now with the war. It's on it's on Tubi. It's on Tubi. And look past the cringy stuff, because it do get a little it's not action packed. But you're not in there for the action. You in there for research, homework. Yes, and when he pointed to his finger and that stuff came out, listen. I just was trying to see if y'all was looking at the priest. All the old books and the symbols they be looking for. I used to have the book, The Omega Code, too. You saw that, Antoinette? You saw the symbols, Angel? Now, think about how many of us probably watched that movie 20 years ago and was like, whatever, and didn't know how relevant it was going to be. Come on, the priest is the forerunner. The two people who fell to the ground and came back alive. You mean Elijah and Enoch? Who realized? Excuse me. Who realized? My coffee ain't in here. Who realized that those two people were Elijah and Enoch? No, that was Elijah and Enoch. I was waiting to see who was going to figure out that it was Elijah and Enoch. And is. They were Elijah and Enoch. They were Elijah and Enoch. No. Mm-mm. Elijah and Enoch. Yeah. So how many movies, I wonder, are around here and they be telling us what's going to happen? I watched The Passion on Saturday and was totally beside myself. Oh, yeah, that'll have you in tears. You have a good night, too. Listen. Like you say, jump up off the page because we just got done talking about it and did. I haven't seen that. Yeah. Yeah. Even watching the old Left Behind. Did y'all see that? First 10 minutes of the original Left Behind was crazy too, wasn't it? Not the one with Nicolas Cage. The one with T.D. Jakes in it. And even though we know the rapture part ain't real, did y'all see the rest of it? How they put that martial law in there and was like, you can't go outside? Immediately, it was shoot to kill in the movie. Y'all seen that? And I told y'all, I said, if they drop this stuff, ain't gonna be no going outside. You better have what you need in your house. I would say it reminded me of 30 Coins, the Black Pope trying to be on top. Yeah. Listen. My family, hello. I'm becoming a new grandmom as we speak. Oh, congratulations! We got a new Circle Little coming. Miss Crawford is having another grandbaby. Congratulations, girl. I love them. I love all my grandbabies. I'm watching 2025, The World Enslaved by a Virus is good. Okay. Okay. Left Behind, Rise of the Antichrist was a trip too. I watched that before and I started watching it again last night and I think I fell asleep on it. Everybody said congratulations. Y'all, we are closer to Jesus coming back. Yes, we are. Did y'all see all the states is now telling everybody to prepare and have 2 weeks of food now, not just 36 to 72 hours? Talking about our sick. Code red. Code red. Come in, CERCA. Yeah, this Trova. Come in, copy. Where you at? At the crib? You just hold on. Baby, where you at? I'm downstairs. Where the kids at? They upstairs in the bed. This for the house and around the yard. This is so you can talk to people outside of your house. CERCA, you said practice yesterday, wire lights and Wi-Fi been going off since. I believe it. You see it? You in Rockwall, Texas? Inside the house or around, like on the street? Long term, if you need to talk to somebody that's on the road. House? Outside of the house. Or at least hear what's going on. This is a ham radio, a long distance radio. This is what the police be using. And this, you can get them on Amazon, right? It's a ham radio. This is, and this one ain't charged. I don't think. Oh. Channel mode. And you can find the channels that everybody on. Now, I ain't got no, what's the name? So I'm going to get on off here. Because I don't got no FCC nothing. So we just going to lay that back down. But as you can see, it came on. Now the ones I do need to charge is these green ones. But I ain't got nobody to talk to, so only ones I need to be worried about is that. You said what? Break up, letter null and void. Listen, heavy on at the crib and is. They're called ham radios. HAM, like a slice of ham. Yeah. I tried to get one and it asked for this information. You got tried to buy one on Amazon? It's just a regular radio. I mean, just a regular walkie-talkie. But if you have, say for instance, it's 4 or 5 people in your house, and you can't be yelling and moving around. God forbid if anything goes on. You can. I mean, they'll reach down the street and sometimes around the corner. My husband in law enforcement. Could we use his? Yes. But his are registered. And if you trying to hide from the peoples, you don't want no certificate. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? His is registered. You hear me? No, I haven't watched it yet. I seen it. I saw it on there, but some sci-fi stuff don't run with me, y'all. I just have to follow up on it and look at it. I don't know, Javon. You would have to go and read each and every one to know exactly what they do because they're not all the same. I couldn't tell you. That's where you have to do your research and find out which ones and how far and all of that. I don't know. Because it depends on which one you're talking about. You know, all of them go a different range, so you'll have to look for yourself when you get ready to buy and figure out which one is going to work for your family. You got used codes. Okay. You got used codes. Okay. I know I'm going to just be playing around with that bad boy. But I'm trying to tell you, my brother gave me a handheld unit, but it don't seem like it worked. Okay, I don't know, sis. So you need a license to use a ham radio, but if it all goes down, those licenses don't mean nothing. That's exactly why I didn't go get one. Right. Because all that go out the window when chaos is ensuing. So I'm just going to wait to use mine then. What registered? Get one on Amazon, girl. You can buy them on Amazon. That's where they came from, Amazon. Amazon. Or is they playing now? They playing when you buy them on Amazon now? You got to already have your code and everything? That's because y'all probably went and bought too many. No. And please don't. Of course they don't. We talking about ham radio. I had deja vu of this. I had deja vu of this very moment. That's spooky. No, they don't. But even if they did, I wouldn't say it on here. Y'all gotta think about some of the stuff. They know all the lingo. You hear me? I ain't saying you are, but I believe that the folks is in here and they be trying to get me to answer stuff because they show keep you. Yeah, you good. But listen, they sending the peoples over here because there's questions over here that's being asked. And I've been on here 2 years. They have not been asked. You hear me? And it's all stuff that'll flag you. You hear me? Like I ain't already, but this other page is already, my main page is already crazy. You hear me? That's why they got me on, yeah, yeah, but still, none of that over here, y'all. I get that, but we not gonna type like words like LETHAL. It's flag words. Is y'all getting me? If you can't speak in code, because they know what a pew pew is too. That's why I ain't even been saying that. Yeah, they got all these words flagged. Y'all know that, right? That's why I talk in code about everything. Got it. But just be mindful of that, family. Because right about now, I already know it. I told y'all they've been watching me way before TikTok. I've been on their list about 20 years before I got on here. I get flagged every time I fly, way before TikTok. And now, when I want to go purchase something, I got to go to the DOJ 15 times, get fingerprinted 15 times. I told y'all what happened. You hear me? And this is not a game. The DOJ was over here when we was downloading books. And the man, when I went to go to the place where you buy the things at, he said, what do you do for a living? I said, oh, I just, I'm kind of an influencer. He said, what you talk about on there? I said, well, he said, ooh, yeah. He said, because I've been doing this 35 years and I have not ever seen anybody have to go through this. We done ran it 6 times and you ain't got no record or nothing. He said, yeah, something's not right. That just happened last August and I already have them. I have a license and everything. It makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely none, and I have a license that's good until next year. So when I say please don't, be careful, it's not for y'all, it's for me. Y'all see what they did to old boy. Y'all see what they did to South 90. Y'all see what they do to the people that is moving folks. You hear me? And that's why CERCA don't do a lot of moving around. I told y'all what I felt about my car, and then exactly what I have been feeling for a whole week, like somebody was messing with my car. The next time I got ready to drive it, it broke down on me, and I just spent all that money getting it fixed. And it was something weird. On the foggiest day of December 30th, you heard me, and I ain't drove that damn car since. Since December 30th, I have not driven my car. At all. I've been Ubering like a mug. You hear me? I know what's going on around here. I told y'all. I kept telling y'all what I felt. I'm peeking out my window. I don't even live, you know what I'm saying? That ain't even where I be. And then as soon as I get on the highway, I hadn't even been an hour and a half. I was just into Illinois. It just blows. Don't y'all remember that's what happened to old boy? He got into a real bad car accident and then he quit posting videos. Remember? When he put out the video about the mermaids and kept doing that, they came on his boat. And then right after that, he got into a real bad car accident. Y'all don't remember? The government, whoever came on his boat, the sea people, the whoever. And then right after that, he got into a real bad accident. Yeah. So, and I want to say it was in like December or something. And the next December after that, when I told y'all I had already felt like somebody had been, well, I already know somebody was in my house. And every time I go out of town, when I fly, or if I take the bus, so that my name is going on that travel log thing. Now, if I'm driving, it'd be something different most times. But every single time that I fly, or take some kind of public transportation where they know for a fact that I'm going to be out, somebody be in my house. And I got cameras. So, but if I'm home 6 months, not one maintenance person is not going to knock on this door. Nothing. Soon as I go out of town. And the crazy thing, my car was sitting outside, so they don't know, you know what I'm saying? You don't know if I'm home or not because my car is outside. But if you know that I have a travel log that you can read and you see that I'm going to be on a federal aviation vehicle, then you know when I'm going and when I'm coming back. You got to think, I'm not just on here, not knocking nobody else. I'm not on here selling nothing. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, I don't give a damn if they just buy walkie-talkies and one can. I told y'all they pay attention to our buying trends. You hear me? And when all of y'all started buying potassium iodide, and when all of y'all start, you got to think a lot of y'all went to my store to get the stuff. They not slow. 10,000 people go buy potassium iodide in 2 days. They paying attention. At the end of a month, if 100,000 people have bought, and y'all got to think, when we first started this, stuff was selling out in minutes. Within 5 to 8 minutes. Sometimes it didn't even take that long, whatever it was. So you got to think, you got 50,000 people in 2 days going and buying dehydrated chicken and then survival stoves. You see what I'm saying? Because there's people that are not in our community, but they watch and they go buy what we buy. And then because y'all remember, right after we started doing all that survival stuff, it was survival stores everywhere on TikTok. Everybody was talking about getting generators and this and that. And that wasn't the thing before. Hey, Queen. You doing all right over there? Okay. So whether they was in our community or not, they was watching. And then they started seeing stuff happen. And folks would instantly go to TikTok shop and put that stuff up on their TikTok shop. Well, they know what page you just left. They study all of that stuff. That's how they knew how many followers old Jamal boy had and everybody else. You got to think, too, at that time, y'all was selling stuff out. We had way more people in our classes. In one class, y'all, we could have 30,000 people go through our class. And I got the screenshots to prove it. It used to blow my mind. 30,000. Now we, couple thousand here or there because they got me SB. But when we first started, it could be 30,000 people that would go through our 3-hour class. You got to think, if they all went and bought something, I don't care if it was one thing, they was paying attention. That's why they start blocking me, remember? And they'll block us for a week. And then it was just like every little thing I did, they start blocking us. And then it was like, I can't find you. I can't find you. Blah, blah, blah. You hear me? And now every other thing on your FYP is survival stuff. Is it or is it not? Plants, growing your own food, and some survival stuff. You just found me again. See, I told you. And if you would have looked up, I already know they got me hid because the numbers is ridiculous. I said, it's crazy. You just found me too? And I've been live every day probably since then. I don't see it anymore on TikTok unless someone tags me, even if they hear they be playing. Yeah. It would be 2,000 people in class in TikTok. It would be more than that, sis. It would be more than that. And I got the screenshots to write because, you know, it show you your stats. You can go in there and look. And I told you, I told my son, and he was like, Mom, that's crazy. I said, is that a lot? Hell, I don't know. He said, yeah. So understand that the GOV been here a long time. Because I'm not telling y'all to buy nothing wrong with this, but not hair and shoes and things like that, little knick-knacky stuff. Y'all buying stuff that would stop you from having to go and take that thing. They know what that's for, right? If there's a food shortage, if there's not going to be any power, if there's not going to be any running water, or if that could be a thing, and this is planned, they trying to figure out how y'all know 2 years ahead of time to go get the stuff. Even though they planned it 5 years ago. You hear me? Just think about all the people that are scrambling right now to go buy emergency things. And y'all not lying, that did go up, because I went and looked at some of the stuff. That trenching tool used to be like $39 or $45. It was like $39.99 or $45. Now they want $89 for that damn thing. $79. Some of them almost $100, and we was paying like $35, $45 for them trenching tools. I have most stuff on my Amazon. If it's not on my Amazon, I have two videos on YouTube, Survival and Survival 2.0, where I go through all the stuff you need. I feel like most basic things. Okay? Girl, I looked at that the other day. I was like, wow, I should have got it back then. Baby girl, I promise you, do you know that there was an issue with some payment systems today, and IG wouldn't let anyone post? Oh, yeah, it's coming. I told y'all we not going to be able to do this right here. If y'all notice, that's why I ain't been on here that much. I told y'all like a month ago, I said I ain't going to be on as much. Y'all know I used to be on here all day. Now I might come on in the daytime, and I don't come back on. Or if I get on at night, because I got to get myself adjusted to not being online all day too. Because that's going to be a shock to your system, because you're not used to being without the internet. Okay, so what uses the internet? Let's just list out some stuff. What are things that you have to access the internet for? I think that's why I've been missing your lives. I work. Oh, okay. Yeah. TV. Netflix, right? TV. No, come on, y'all. Our friend requests me. ATMs, GPS, phones, directions, computers, basically, right? Phone, computers, GPS, security systems, debit cards, video games, your tablets, your cameras, school, work, games and books, gas stations, hospital software, tablets, computers, and cameras. How about your cars? Y'all got all them fancy, beautiful 2020 sparklies. What about your cars? Appointments, insurance car, hospital machine. We have a car that do, and then we have a car that don't, and that car don't. Try to keep it working. God forbid if the internet went down tomorrow. Right, you couldn't pay your bills. You couldn't call anyone unless you have a landline. My old car too, that's why I didn't go get a new one. That's why I got me something old that don't got all them. They can turn it off and it's connected to the internet and all of that. Water treatment centers. Ooh, hold on. Right, Robbie Maria, especially since the business models has been to go with so they go with the cloud, right? They don't have to keep documents and stuff no more because everything is in the cloud, but the cloud is connected to the internet. So if the internet goes down, the cloud goes down. Let me go get my old car from my mama. She don't drive it anyway. I'm trying to tell you, just order my hand ready on the lost books. Come on. It's time. And I'm an IT professional. Come on, girl. It is. We got all kinds of people in here. It do. Listen. Have y'all not seen that in all the movies the old cars work? They go get in that rusty truck. And that old rusty truck, they start up that. Because see, everything now in the cars is electric. Is there a backup site to link? If there's no internet, we're not going to be able to talk to each other anyway unless we get on these who daddies over here. Baby, the internet ain't going to work. Our phones ain't going to work. Our devices aren't going to work. It's not going to work. No, baby, it's not going to work. That's what I'm telling y'all. Get yourself ready for that. Right, right. I saw a video where NASA employees got all the damn old cars in their parking lot. Yeah, because they're going to work. No one has landlines anymore. My mama do. I still have it. It's a lot of people that still have landlines. It's a lot of people that still have landlines. I know a few people. My grandma still got the same number she's had for over 44 years. My mama do too. It's a lot of people that still got landlines. I don't, but it's a lot of people that do, but I should get one. Let me say that sometimes I buy my dehydrated foods from Walmart. Most of my wish list is gone. Come on now. Yeah. Yeah. We do just got to plug it in, right? Y'all didn't see the first thing that went and leave the world behind was what? I have a friend that actually laid fiber optics and all that stuff, and he said, yeah, landlines will work. I'm going to call him. Maybe he'll answer. He might be asleep. I don't know. Let's see. He might be busy, too, so I don't know. I don't know. He worked hard. Let's see. We'll ask him. I don't know if he going to answer, though, but we'll call and see. Hi, I'm live, so don't say nothing crazy. Yeah, so let me ask you a question. Everybody wants to know if landlines are going to work when all this crazy stuff happens. No. I thought you said yes. You said because they under the ground and something with the EMP ain't going to mess with them. I said fiber might work. Oh. Glass, fiber optics. Yeah, fiber. But if you ain't got the power, it don't matter. Because so no, they not. I thought you said they would. Fiber optics will have to be converted to electricity. So if you have a generator or something, you'll be fine. So if you wait a minute, so if you have a generator, your landline could possibly work. Yes, if you plug up your whatever, like if you got, like let's say you have Fios or Xfinity or whatever. If you plug the modem to your generator, then you will still have phone service, your landline. Those also have battery backups usually, but it's possible that they might get fried too if there's an EMP. So just if they cut the internet, but if they just cut the internet, right? If they cut the internet, then you won't. See, it's different. So there's two different types of landlines. You have plain old copper landlines, which are not connected to the internet, right? There is a server like at the central office of wherever you get your service from. But those lines are copper. They are buried. And in those units, in the central office, there are usually generators and backup supply. That's why back in the day when your power used to go out, you could still use the phone. Got it. Because the central office has voltage that they pushing out on those lines. So if you have copper lines, so long as the central office has backup generators that haven't been fried, then you may still have landlines. If you have
if you have landlines through your internet provider, such as Xfinity or Fios or Spectrum or any of these people, most likely your landlines probably won't work, because if the EMP has knocked out, you know, internet access or gateways or whatever, then you're not, because those are IP address based landlines.
Okay.
These landlines are through the internet.
But the other ones, if they're through copper wire, which means they go through electricity,
yeah, like the ones that everybody grandmother have.
Right, that's what I just said. My grandma, I told y'all. What I tell y'all, the grandma's phones is gonna work. Thank you.
It's a chance that they may work, but I mean, you know, realistically,
you know, he's the Robbie. He's the person that lays these down. He literally works on the towers that keep y'all towers in y'all building working. This is what he do for a living. He's the one climbing on the top of the big buildings, fixing the big antennas. That's what he do.
Yes, I lay stuff down. I do.
I know you do. Bye. Cause you about to start talking crazy. I knew it wasn't gonna be long.
No, I'm not seriously though. What I was gonna say though is, the best bet though, if you do have Fios or Xfinity or any kind of internet-based landline, just make sure you have a backup battery charger that you can actually just keep your phone on. Because if those will work, your phone will work. You know what I'm saying? Most likely.
You got everybody over here laughing, sir. Because they all heard it coming.
I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, you said a lot. Thank you. I'm gonna call you tomorrow. You still out there, or are you home?
I'm actually home. I'm in Maryland right now.
Okay. All right. Don't tell too much. I see. Bye.
Oh, well, yeah.
Bye.
All
right. Listen here. Told y'all them grandma phones gonna work. That's my friend, y'all. We've never even seen each other in person. Met each other in person. So, but we were talking about this the other day. I be trying to tell y'all, I be trying to get information for y'all. My hubby is a sewer tech plumber that took coppers out of the houses, and now it's plastic. Yep. So if your grandma house, no, we've been knowing each other almost 3 years and still never met in person. He just be talking crazy. He be in class. He be in here. So he just talks smart like that. That's what he do. He's very smart. He is. So with this, we just talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I was asking him. I be getting questions for y'all. I told y'all I got the old rotary phones and stuff like that. So if you live in an older home and they haven't came and took the copper wiring out, analog phone will work, right? If you haven't, if you live in an older home and they haven't replaced the copper wiring, your phone could possibly still work because it runs on electricity. He said, so if you have a generator, right, that you can plug whatever into or however that works in your phone, just might still work. Oh, the baby is here. We got a little girl, y'all. We got a CERCA little her. It's CERCA TROVA 22. CERCA TROVA 22. I retired from telecom. This is the reason why I'll never get rid of my landline. Oh, here we go, phone person. Hold on. That's why if you get rid of your landline and change your mind, you can't get it back. Oh! Verizon replaced their wiring with, right. Fiber optics, right. Right. They knew what they was doing. Congratulations. They knew what they was doing. But now do y'all see? Y'all think when I get off of here? You said that's the thing. They've been trying too hard to move it to digital. Exactly. But do y'all see that even when I'm not on here, when I'm just talking to my basic friends, just my regular friends, if they have a skill set, I ask questions. They still have landlines, but he said most of them now are over an IP address, right? Most of them are over an IP address. He said, but if they're the old fashioned, he said most of the phones, just like I told y'all that your grandma's got, if your grandma still got the same thing, it's going to work. It's going to work. So if your granny live in an older home and they didn't come to her house and be doing nothing, you good. At least you know grandma phone going to work. Right? It's crazy that we even have to be thinking about this. But look at how they made everything. Okay. Okay. Guess I won't be working with them phone lines. We got our Wi-Fi right. Good job. You got all your stuff and did. And did, because you're not playing. I don't have a phone plugged in. I only plug up a phone when the power goes out. Oh. So it has to go to the data center and there's no longer any operator services. Okay. Well, this is the thing, y'all. We already have them, Jay. We already got long range walkie-talkies already. Yes, a rehearsal ending and show finna start. Yeah. Yep. So this is the thing. Just know that when I'm not on here, if I am talking to a person with a certain skill set, I do try to get information that's useful for our community. I pray that y'all be doing the same. That's why I told you I don't just have random conversations most times. If I'm talking to somebody, I'm getting some information that is going to be valuable for other people and not just running my mouth about stupid stuff. Do you understand? Y'all need to be doing the same thing. There are people that you come in contact with that has information, right? That's going to be valuable for you and other people. But you have to have your ears open to listen. It might not be relevant to you today. But if God allowed you to hear it, it's for a reason. You understand? Thank you, Pumpkin. I'm intentional with my connections and do. Listen, I don't play. That's why I told you can't be my friend and be weird and just don't want to do nothing, don't want to learn nothing. We will not be friends long. If I can't learn something from you, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to be around you. I'm so proud of our family here. We sure do share information here, honey, and do. Yep, I have cousins that work in the ports. Come on. So this is the thing. Because you know they control, it's called Survival and Survival 2.0. Sure did. Order my wood burning stove on the way tomorrow. My generator coming tomorrow. Come on. Yes. Yeah, thank you so much. And as you can see, Miss Bree, Kika Bree, you see I already been on it. I knew exactly who to call. Hold on, that's what this nigga do. Let me call him, and thank God he was up and looking very scrumptious on his pink pillow. The Lord keeps me locked in here. He keeps me locked in here for a reason. Because, baby, some people was born scrum-dilly-umptious. They was just born scrum-dilly-umptious. They didn't have to try. They didn't have to go to the gym and work out. They was just, he's more like a hedge. Remember we talked about tall trees, hedges, and shrubs. He's not a shrub, but he's definitely a nice hedge. You hear me? Ooh-wee. What tea lights can I use to cook? If I can't get those regular tea lights, I guess. Why you just don't get a small wood burning stove? You said right, she definitely left us for a minute. If the Lord ever gives, never mind. You're in an apartment in the hood. You can still use a wood burning stove. What you think your grandma used to use in their hoods? They got portable wood burning stoves that you can They got the pipe that go out. If you can use them in the tent, you can use them in your house. I done already hooked mine up. You know black folks. I mean people. I ain't gonna say black folks because it's other folks that know how to rig stuff up. I done bought me some heat tape and some other stuff to wrap around my stuff, baby. It's gonna be going out the window. I bought me an accordion thing to put cast iron over some bricks. Yeah. We got wood burning stoves, pumpkin. That'll keep your house hot and you can cook. Yeah. They look like a smaller version of the ones your grandma and great grandma used to have. We bought these. No, these things ain't went up to two. I was about to say, oh, that must be a different kind. Cause why is that $256 and we only paid? We bought these. They still $129 though. That's what we got. And if they can use it in a tent, and as long as it's ventilated, this ain't nothing but a little version of what our grandma names. Yeah. And it's foldable. If I can use it in my tent, I can use it in my house. I don't care what nobody say. What site is this? Amazon. I did put some on my CERCA TROVA 22 in my Amazon list. I have an Amazon store up there. Right. So we bought those. Good job. Well, that's what we got. Because we might have to leave, and we got tents too. Just in case we don't get to stay in our abodes. We got tents. We don't know what we're going to have to do with the box of fire starters and do. You're welcome, Erica. God got us ready, y'all. Remember, our dad said that he's only talking to the people that's listening. Y'all, okay, let me go get my book. Let's do it. Oh, they already right here. You got to get a tent next. So, hold on. Before we go there, ooh, we about to bounce around. Go get your book one. Hurry up. Mm-mm. Ooh. Listen here. I need y'all to go to page 5, $5.75 on book. We gonna flip around real quick, but ooh, come on in. So if you went and watched any of the movies I told you to, you said I learned to get my stuff for when you come on. No running around. Yeah, most people come with their books to the table. It's a good thing to do. So I charged up. Thank you, Joy. I charged up all my lights and stuff today. So I got my little light. It's ready. And two, got my book light. You know what I'm saying? Ain't just what y'all be doing. Thank you, Joy. Right? I can change the colors. Get you one of these for when you trying to sneak and read when your husband or wife or the kids is up. $5.75. Let's do it. Thank you. Me three. You said you got one too. I charged all my little reading lights. And this gonna come in handy because I ain't gonna be wanting to use my light bulb, so I can put this on my little generator at some point in time, charge it up, and they stay charged for a long time. So, because we ain't gonna be able to watch no TV, you ain't gonna be doing nothing but reading anyway. What else you gonna do? What else is you gonna do? But at least we preparing our minds because most of the people on the planet don't believe it's gonna happen. So that's why we color and do a lot of the things that we do. So I told y'all we was preparing our minds. See, y'all didn't even know back 2 years ago when we started this. I started telling y'all afterwards. But I started showing y'all my coloring books and all of the arts and crafts that I do here. No, it's not weird to be excited at all. And I told you, I said, yeah, I've been helping y'all calm down before the storm. So that way, when the storm comes, you ain't surprised and you not already on 10. You see what I'm saying? You expecting it. You don't know exactly how it's going to happen, but you're going to expect. Yeah. And we've prepared for certain things, so it's not going to be like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We might not have all that we need or whatever, but we just ain't going to be out here bad. You see what I'm saying? We are prepared for disaster just in case it comes. When they're running around screaming, we'll be playing. Listen, and think about it. Think about now that they're putting these the states for the thing are putting out their warnings now. That's why I told y'all they was gonna hike the prices up. That's why they running the prices up on everything now. Cause it went from what 36 hours you need to have some stuff to now they talking about 2 weeks. Why would the eclipse affect 2 weeks worth of stuff here in America? Do that make any sense to y'all? Never heard of no mess like that in my life. Right. 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 Okay, so come on. See where it say the Antichrist? But well, do me a favor. Go back to page 574 real quick. And we read a little bit of this, but we gonna start right here. Y'all ready? So good job. So go back to the bottom of 574. And you see how it says, and I saw a fiery throne and an old man seated on it. And his punishment was merciless. And I said to the angels, who is this and what is his sin? And they said to me, this is Herod, who was king for a time, and he commanded to kill the infants 2 years old or under. And I said, woe upon his soul. And then you see where it say the disobedient and the abyss. Y'all see that where it say the disobedient and the abyss? Put your hand up if you see it. All right. And again, they led me down 30 steps, and I saw boiling fires there, and a multitude of sinners in them. And I heard their voices, but I did not perceive their forms. And they led me down deeper, many steps, which I was unable to count. And I saw old men there with fiery axles. And fiery axles were revolving upon their ears. What does that mean? What's an axle? The thing that turns the wheel. Yep. Yep. So if you think about it, it's almost like burning wheels. Okay? You supposed to be asleep. Listen, we all is, girl. Listen, hey Brandy. It's like burning wheels. If you could think about burning wheels, just right here. Think about how hard it is, like when your ears are cold, how painful that is. So imagine a rod or spindle, fixed and rotating, passing through the center of a wheel and group of wheels. Right, right, right. So just imagine if you had circles like just right here on your ears, but the circle was on fire. You hear me? And it just your ears. So he got down there and he saw, okay, me old men with circles just on their ears burning, right? Crazy. He said, and I said, what are these and what is their sin? And they said to me, these are eavesdroppers. Always want to be in somebody's business. Always trying to listen in on somebody else's business. Who knew that being an ear hustler, if you go to hell for that, that's going to be your thing? Still want to listen to everybody's business next door. You said, girl, I'm glad I'm on my business. And do. God got a punishment for everything. You said you want to be in everybody's business. Well, if you an eavesdropper trying to listen through the wall and all of that. Because eavesdroppers are normally ear hustlers is normally spreaders of gossip too. They're normally gossipers. They know everybody's business, but ain't nobody told them, but they got everybody's business to tell. Oh, okay. Because if you would have never heard it, you would have never repeated it. Okay. It says, and again they led me down 500 other steps, and there I saw the unsleeping worm and fire consuming the sinners. And they led me down to the foundation of Apolia or destruction, and there I saw the 12-fold blow of the abyss. And they led me away to the south, and there I saw a man hanging from his eyelids. And angels were beating him. Don't you can keep reading, but don't tell what's going on until I get there, Miss Nicole. I love you. Because a lot of people read ahead, but that's one of my biggest pet peeves is keep it to yourself. I love you. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? Could you imagine hanging by your eyelids and getting beat? You good, mama. Mm-mm. And what did they do? And And I asked, who is this and what is his sin? And Michael, the Archerstragos, I don't know how to say that. I used to know how to pronounce it, but I don't. We're going to call him the Archie. Said to me, this man is incestuous. Having carried out a small lust, this man was commanded to be hanged. His eyes caused him to commit incest. And his punishment is to be hung by his eyelids and beat by multiple angels, not just one. Y'all don't think this should be in the Bible? Y'all think it would be as many people attacking attacking and doing some of the stuff that they do if they knew that was the punishment? Yeah, he was being hung by his eyes, but he was being beat by multiple angels. Okay. All right. The Antichrist. Y'all ready for the Antichrist? Let's go. It says, and they led me away to the north, and I saw a man there restrained with iron bars. And I asked, who is this? And he said to me, this is the one who says, I am the Son of God, and he who made stones bread and water wine. And the prophet said, make known to me what sort of appearance he has, and I will inform the race of men lest they believe in him. And he said to me, the appearance of his face is of a wild man. His right eye is like like a star rising at the dawn, and the other is unmoving. So we got a cockeye. That's what we used to call it. He cockeyed. A little bit or a lot. And I was thinking Jeff Bezos is cockeyed just like that. Please don't try to come in my live. I don't let people in here. For real. I thought about him too. His mouth is 1 cubit. His teeth are a span long. His fingers are like scythes, and the soles of his feet 2 span. Now, I happen to know that if I'm not mistaken, a span is either 9 inches. I think a span is like 9 inches, because I think when I did this measurement, his feet was like 18 inches long. Y'all can look it up. It's been a while since I studied this. You said, and that's probably why their Messiah has on glasses. It is 9? Okay. So his feet are going to be 18 inches. He got big hands. And there's something wrong with his eyes. And glasses do correct your eyes if you have a wandering eye. Most times. A cubit. Oh, I know about a cubit. Well, this is the thing. No, but Hooked on Phonics can. Several different apps that'll teach you to read. Moving on. Here we go. And on his forehead, an inscription, the Antichrist. He was exalted up to heaven. He will descend as far as Hades. One time he will be a child, another an old man. And the prophet said, Lord, how do you permit the race of men to stray? And God said, hear my prophet. He becomes a child and an old man, and let no one believe him that he is my beloved son. And after these things, a trumpet, and the graves will be opened, and the dead will rise uncorrupted. Then the opponent, having the terrible threat, will hide himself in the outer darkness, and then the heaven and earth and sea will perish. Then I shall burn the heaven for 80 cubits, and the earth for 800 cubits. And the prophet said, and in what did the heaven sin? And God said, since something is evil. And the prophet said, Lord, in what did the earth sin? And God said, since the opponent, having heard my terrible threat, will hide in it, and because of that I shall melt the earth, and with it the rebel of the race of man. So Lucifer again, when God come back, is gonna hide. Where did he do that before? When did we see him do that another time when Jesus showed up? What book tells us about that? The book of Nicodemus. And literally, he did the same thing. When Jesus showed up, okay, Lucifer skedaddled. So he be talking while Jesus ain't around, but as soon as Jesus leave, he be talking while Jesus ain't around. As soon as Jesus come back, he be quiet. But as soon as Jesus leave, he start talking again. Lucifer is the father of that. Good night. Ain't that crazy? He go hide. That's how you know he's not all powerful. Because if you is, why you keep running from Jesus, God in the flesh? This ain't even God in his whole power. He still got human problems. It's only a part of God's spirit, if you can say that. And he got you running? This is the second time when Jesus showed up on the scene. He ran up, but he didn't get done up. But you did, Lucifer. Technically, this your third time getting done up. Because when Michael then ran up on y'all and threw y'all out of heaven, y'all got run up and done up then. Then when Jesus came back, when God came in Jesus' body and he was killed and he came down there to the gates of hell, he ran up and your demons got done up and you ran on up out the door. So the third time now, for Lucifer, he about to be ran up on and done up. For the third time. And yes. Absolutely crazy. Right. And folks is worshiping this dude. And he telling them they gonna have parties in hell and everything. And they don't know after 1,000 years he get to get out. But you don't. Ain't that some It's like going to a Diddy party. The people that brought you there get to leave, but you don't leave the same. And sometimes you don't make it out. But they do. You got to tell him no. Lucifer be wanting to party. You got to tell him no. You got to tell him no. That ain't crazy that he's going to trick us into eternity or trying to trick us into an eternity of hell and we never get out, but he gets to get out after 1,000 years. Just like a Diddy party. You go there normal and you leave not the same. If you leave at all. And the people that brought you there, like I said, they get to go on about their business because they got to bring some more people in. Listen here. You're just like a Diddy party. And everybody connected. All the demons is working together to get Lucifer what he want. So whoever got underground bunker, what God finna do? What? So whoever got an underground bunker know what God finna do. We're just doing it because the rich doing it. I mean, you gotta think. I don't know if he's forgiven. I just know he gets to get back out. What book says what? That Lucifer gets to get back out? The regular Bible. After 1,000 years, he gonna be set free. He only got to be in there for 1,000 years. One day. He got to be on punishment one day. We got to be on punishment forever. He get to get out. We don't. You said, remember that empty bunker with everything and no people from the movie, and was. Yeah. So he tricking you into a place that he know he only got to stay for 1,000 years, but you got to be there forever. Is it worth it doing whatever you want to do? Thank you. I don't know. You would have to go look it up. That's your studies. I actually do know, but that wasn't okay. So I do know. It's just the like in the you could say like the fire height, right? Or the span of he just letting you know he gonna burn up everything. Basically. They gave a measurement, but he about to burn up everything. Plain and simple. The fire is gonna be tall enough and he ain't gonna be able to escape it. Basically. Won't be no getting away. People gonna be trying to run and hide. It ain't gonna be nowhere. I don't be want to give y'all the answers because I be wanting y'all to go look. So it's sometimes when I say I don't know, that's not. I'm not gonna say it's a lie, but I be wanting y'all to go look. Yeah, cubits is 18. Like one cubit is 18 and 24 inches or 22 inches, depending. So then if you got 80, that's taller than most humans. Well, a lot of humans, actually. Yeah, yeah. Let it burn, let it burn. Come on. Right, right, right. So then go down for me to you see birth and its purpose. Do you see birth and its purpose on that same page at the bottom? Come on, y'all. Because I don't know how long my internet is going to stay because it's thundering outside. Okay. So it says, and God said, hear, O Ezra, beloved one, just as a farmer casts down the seed of corn into the earth, so a man casts down his seed into a woman's place. Y'all heard that? You heard that about the seed into a woman's place? Next time somebody asks you, did your spouse? Yes, he cast his seed down into my woman place. This be the. Okay. Okay. Yes, Lord. It says I'm sorry, in the first month it is a hole. In the second, it is swollen. In the third, it grows hair. In the fourth, it grows nails. In the fifth, it becomes milky. In the sixth, it is ready and quickened. In the seventh, it is prepared. In the eighth, something happens. And in the ninth, the bars of the gateways of the woman are opened, and its belly, and it is born healthy on earth. And the prophet said, it were better it were better for man not to have been born. Alas, O human race, at the time when you come, at that time when you come to judgment. And I said to the Lord, Lord, why did you create man and give him over to judgment? And God said in his exalted pronouncement, I will not pardon those who transgress my covenant. Say that again. I will not pardon those who transgress my covenant. And the prophet said, Lord, where is your goodness? And God said, I prepared everything because of man, and man does not keep my commandments. Do you hear what our daddy said? He said, I made the whole damn world for humans, everything in it. And they still don't listen to me. They still don't follow my rules. He said, I'm not pardoning nothing. Remember when we went and we read about judgment in the other chapters? And it says compassion is going away, pity is going away, and the only thing that's going to stand is truth. He said he's going to close up your mouth, and your heart, your chest is going to open up, and your heart is going to speak. Your lying tongue won't be able to talk. He pulling it out of your memory, just like they do now, where they be trying to get our consciousness and go through all our memories and know what's going on. They got that from God, because that's happening on Judgment Day. God gonna pull it all out, all your consciousness, and it's gonna be on TV for everybody to see. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody born from Adam until the last person born. Everybody in between there, whether you had a stillbirth, whatever, every person born it's called the Old Testament Super. Hold on, I got you. It's a 2-book set right here. Got screenshot, Punky. I gotta run to the bathroom. Y'all just think about that. And I think I need to make me some coffee, because I think this is gonna be a long evening. I'll be right back. We might just be up a little later than I thought, because there's some other places I want us to go. Sorry, y'all. I forgot I had just bought coffee and creamer, so neither one of them was open, of course. So I had to open both of them, which took longer. Y'all know normally I can make my coffee in about 30 seconds, a minute or two. I beat the hell out of my kids, and they are thankful for it every day. And did beat the hell out of them. The Bible says, "Spit a rod, spoil the child," and that's why a lot of kids be beating up on their parents. My kids still be like, just don't call my mama. And they grown. My son 27 and my youngest is 20, honey. Indeed, beat the hell out of them, and they respectable. They don't touch nobody's stuff that don't belong to them. They get invited back to places. They conduct themselves positively at work. They're all pretty much in management in all of their positions that they in. So beating them is good. You just gotta beat them for the right things. You just gotta whoop them. The Bible says, "Spit around, spoil the child," or they gonna beat on you. Tuh. Oh yeah, I had 4, and they'll tell my last daughter. I think she got her last whooping when she was 15, and she laid down on that bed and took it too. She was 15. The last whooping I gave out was in 2000, about 17 or 18. I was not playing. You're welcome. I wasn't playing with you. Lay down. It's either this or these fists, and I don't believe in putting my fists on children. So take these lashes and come on and get on out my way. You wish you had done the same, but girl, I told my kids, look, they know. I wonder if they sleep. I'm gonna call my baby. She might be up. Let's see what she say about it. This is the youngest. She didn't get as many whoopings as everybody else. She might not answer. You know they grown now, so they don't gotta answer. They got boyfriends and stuff. Let's see. Are you asleep? Hello? Are you asleep? Okay, I'm on live right now. I'm gonna ask you a few questions. You open to it? Did y'all get whoopings?
Yeah.
A lot of them?
Yes.
Did I spare the rod at all?
Did you what?
Spare the rod.
No.
Mm-hmm. And y'all tell me y'all thankful for that now, right?
Yeah, kids these days be bad.
And what, disrespectful? Don't you think it made you a better person that you got whoopings? You don't say you don't, because you used to come home and say, "I know the kids that don't get whoopings at school, at home." Did you or did you not?
I mean, the pain of them, I would rate 10 out of 10. But like, I mean, you can tell the difference. Yeah.
You can tell the difference in people that got whoopings at home and people that didn't.
Yeah.
Are they problems at your job?
Man. Yes, they are.
Do you steal anything?
No.
Okay. You're respectable when you go out? Respectful?
Yeah, I try to be.
Okay. I just wanted to know. All right, I love you.
I love you too.
Bye. That's the last of the Mohicans. And I was a single mother, and people swore up and down because I was a single mom, my kids was going to be bad. I could snap my fingers. If I clap my hands right now together and all 4 of my kids are in the room and the music is loud, they all turn simultaneously and look at me. 27, 25, about to be, this year they'll be, my son is already 27, so my daughter about to turn 25, she about to turn 21, and her sister about to turn 22. And if I snap my fingers or clap my hands, simultaneously all 4 of my kids is going to turn and they grown. Do you understand? When they was little, I could snap my finger and they'll sit down crisscross applesauce. I actually have not been on live. This is my first time on live today. And I only been on here 87 minutes, so 60 minutes. I didn't go live no other time today. 3 girls and 1 boy. Yep. And they are still turn right now. And they grown. My son will be 30 in 3 years. You hear me? I didn't play that. Because when you don't, when you don't discipline your children, you make them, I don't care what nobody say, you make them, I found a pastor on here who was live for 7 hours. But he's really good with sharing knowledge. Okay. Good job. Good job. Good job. So with that, it just made me forget what I was about to say. Oh, when you don't discipline your children, one, who knew that it's a punishment for that? Y'all remember the punishment for parents that let their kids talk crazy to everybody? Yeah, it's a punishment if you don't make your kids mind. It's in the beginning of the questions of Ezra, if I'm not mistaken. It's the questions. Excuse me, it's the vision of Ezra. On this page right here. So let me see. Or is it the next one? I think it's the next one. Hold on. Ooh. See, the problem is I can't see with my glasses on. If I'm looking far away. No, it is on the first page. No, it's not. Entering. It's on the second or third page. I'm sorry, y'all. I told y'all the wrong place. Give me 1 second. And again, women hanging. They were brought down by lust. Well, listen, you just give me 1 second. Oh, here we go. Yep. It's on page 589. Yeah. Nope. Yep. You said it. You right. It says, and he saw visions of a furnace against the setting sun, burning with great fire, into which were sent many kings and princes of this world, and many thousands of poor people were accusing them, saying, they through their power wounded us and dragged free men into servitude. And he saw another furnace burning with pitch and sulfur, which is basically tar, into which sons were cast who acted wretchedly at the hands of their parents and caused injury by means of their mouth. By means of their mouth. So you let your kids cuss out adults? If you didn't punish them while young, will parents be responsible when they grow up to be disrespectful? Hell yeah. Train up a child in a way that they should go and it'll never depart from them. So if you cuss your kids out and they don't have no problem disrespecting adults and talking crazy to older people, yeah, that's your fault. Because they mouth is disrespectful. It just said that right there. So all these people to get a kick out of their kids on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, cussing folks out and talking crazy. Well, then that's on them. If they did when they got older. But if you, I mean, I was minds and hate repeating myself. I be standing in the dark waiting on them and do. And we'll catch you right the hell off guard. Wake you up out your sleep too. I ain't playing. I'll let you think everything is fine. If they disrespectful, period. If they're disrespectful, period. You know a disrespectful child, period. They cussing, they act, they unruly, grown folks' business. You know an unruly person. You know a grown child that don't nobody want to deal with. Right. Everybody do. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I be looking at people like, yeah, it's a real thing. And folks want to just let their kids do whatever. If you got, see, if this stuff was in a Bible, if they would have never took this out of the holy books, it would be a lot of people that wouldn't have a lot of problems. But think about this. God said, if you ain't going to go looking, you ain't going to find it. You don't go looking for it, you ain't going to find it. You are not going to find it. And then God going to be like, okay, because I won't be able to find you. They're going to be like, God, but I believed in you. He said, yeah, but you didn't do nothing I said. And this is why the Bible said, because see, look, let me show y'all something. If it was that easy to get into heaven, God wouldn't have said that the road is very narrow and you don't see a lot of people on that road. But everybody preach everybody into heaven. Every pastor, we know they went to heaven. Lies. You don't know nothing. Have you been to the other side and back? You don't know where that person went. Judgment day haven't happened yet. So how do you know something that God hasn't even done yet? Judgment day ain't happened. You don't know if that person is in hell or heaven. You don't know where they at. And there will be no need for judgment day if everybody was going to heaven. Why would we need judgment day if everybody went to heaven? They just be lying. God came back and told you before he ever even had judgment day that this person, you just know they made it into heaven. You lying. Because you didn't now put yourself in God's seat and made a judgment. And lied to the people, deceiving them and telling them something that is not true. You deceived everybody in that damn church when you said that. You lied in the pulpit. Because there would be no need for judgment day if everybody just went to heaven. There would be no need for all of this stuff we talking about if everybody went to heaven. That's not the truth. Judgment day. Why would God have to judge where you go then if everybody goes? And if it was that easy, there would be. Okay. Y'all come keep on letting them sell y'all that mess if you want to. If you get to make your own punishment, you don't need to go in front of the judge. You just take yourself to the police station and then take yourself to the prison you want to go to. Oh, I'm not going to be in Miami. I want to go to Colorado and I'm only staying for 5 years. I ain't staying here. No, the judge decides how long you're going to stay and where you're going to go. Right or wrong? No or yes? You don't get to tell the judge that you only going to take probation. You don't get to tell the judge. You can say I'm not guilty, but if they got proof, well, and God has proof of every single sin that you committed. He has proof. There is a record of every single sin, and he's going to choose what he throws in the sea of forgiveness and what he's not. But see, this is one thing that a lot of people miss, and I'm gonna tell you, it's so simple, right? They skip over the scripture where it says, if you don't forgive, he won't forgive you. So the people that say, "Oh, I'll never forgive them. I'm holding that until I go to my grave." Well, then, baby, you might as well go on and get toasty. Matter of fact, get your swimsuits ready because you're not going to heaven. Because God said unforgiveness is not going to be in heaven. And if you don't forgive those that did you wrong, none of the stuff that you've done will you be forgiven for. So when people be like, "Oh, when I get to heaven," what heaven? You must not read the Bible because from the moment that you, okay, so think about this. The moment that you said to yourself, "I will never forgive that person," you signed you bought your ticket to hell. It don't matter. It matter how many times you say, "Oh, God forgive me." He said, "No, I won't," because you still haven't forgave such and such from 1927. And until you forgive them, every single sin from that day forward is not forgiven. Oh, it's hard to forgive. Hey, it ain't for me. Because, baby, I need all this stuff I did forgiven, hun. Oh, I'll never forgive them for that. Oh, well, good. Get comfortable in a very, very spicy climate. I don't know, Danny. I have no idea, but I know it's for others. I don't know about you. I can't even say. But I know if you don't forgive other people, the moment you said you wasn't going to forgive them, ain't nothing, whatever sin you committed, you could cry your eyes out. The pastor could lie and say, "God is forgiving you." He's a liar. Because you still got unforgiveness in your heart. He ain't forgave you for nothing. The pastor cannot say what God did if you know for a fact you still hold no. It don't matter. He can pass the law to you all the time. But God said, if you don't forgive, it shall not be forgiven you. Your sins, all of them, from the moment you said, "I never forgive you," will not be forgiven. So what you gonna do? So if you decided 10 years ago you wasn't gonna forgive your mama, cousin, sister, brother, ex-husband, ex-wife, baby mama, the man at your job, the person that SA'd you as a kid, whoever it is, the moment that you made up in your mind that you're not going to forgive them, every single sin that you committed from that point on is not forgiven. Is it worth it to you? And that's why I asked you how long you done held on to it. And we did the numbers. How long you held on to this? How long you held on to that? And some of y'all, when you looked at the days, it was a whole bunch of them. Up in the 20,000s and 10,000 days and 7,000, 3,622 days. God forbid you passed away in that time. Because if you die with unforgiveness in your heart, it's a wrap. Nothing you did the whole time you didn't forgive was forgiven. So you walk, "Oh, I was baptized and I got saved," but you didn't have forgiveness in your heart, so you still going to hell. What do that mean? You still going. Oh, I'm not a murderer. Oh, I got married as a virgin. Oh, I never did this. Oh, I never did that. But you are an unforgiver, and that's going to make you bust hell wide open more. Because how do you not get to give something that God gave everybody? God gave everybody forgiveness. So you putting yourself over God. God forgives and you don't have to? Sounds a little Luciferian to me. You putting yourself above God. God forgive, I don't. Oh, okay. I done heard people say that. Oh, God forgive, I don't. Oh, okay. So you done exalted yourself above the Almighty God and said, okay, he do, but I don't. So you bigger than God and you ain't got to forgive. Okay. We're going to move on. Good night. You said good night. Good night. And was perfect and home. Come on now, Chris. And you gonna take what? I'm not taking nothing to my grave. It's okay you offended me. It's okay. Just go on and don't come back over here. I don't hate you or nothing. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. I just don't want you around me. It's okay. Hopefully you learn. How could you talk to that person and they SA'd you easy? Because I ain't holding on to that ish. How could you talk to that person and they tried to kill you? They suffered after they did it. I didn't have to put nothing on them. God repays. So sometimes got to put some stuff. Once you really forgive, whatever vengeance you waiting on them to get, that's when it come. But as long as you hold on to unforgiveness, you ain't never going to see the punishment, I promise you. Because you still trying to control the situation. God said, oh, okay, well, I won't start until you let go. So if you feel like somebody did something to you and they ain't got paid back for it, probably because you still got unforgiveness and you still thinking about how you could get revenge if you could. So you taking vengeance. God said, well, I don't move until you move out the way. So that's why I go on and forgive. I ain't even wishing nothing bad on you, but I don't have to because God is going to repay you for the things you did to me, especially if it was unjustly. And most times it is. And then a person come back and be like, I wish I wouldn't. And I'll be like, I wish you wouldn't either. But it's okay. You're doing all right. Oh, okay, bye-bye now. Do you think, no, I don't think we should be friends. I don't think we should be nothing. Because God let that happen for me to know that you a snake. And I don't wish no bad on you. And I see he paid you back real good for what you did to me. Sorry for you. No, I got to go. Love you from afar. And that's family members included. I heard through the grapevine what happened to you. I know exactly what that was for. And I didn't have to wish nothing bad. I didn't have to try to get you fired. I didn't have to do nothing, honey. God's revenge. Baby, it'll have you on your knees praying for the person. He do them so dirty, baby. I'm trying to tell you. He will have that person coming back to you crying about situations that ripped their soul out the way they ripped your soul out. And you will feel so bad for them. You will rub their head like, damn. I damn sure wasn't expecting God to do that. But, well, no, because you can turn the other cheek and still hold on to it. You can let a person beat up on you and still want revenge on them and be waiting for your opportunity. You can just be patient and strategic. Trust me, I know. I don't get to do nothing to you right now. You gonna expect that. Absolutely not. I'm not about to do nothing right now in the heat of the moment. Now, why would I do that? You expecting it. Mm-mm. There was a survey stated that 60% of cancer is from unforgiveness. Hell yeah. It's a dis-ease in your body. In order to hold on to hatred and unforgiveness, you're walking with that from the day that it happened. And it turned. Listen, most sickness comes from a disease. A dis-ease in your mind starts a disease in your body. Heart attack. What's it come from most times? Stress. Okay? Right? A lot of times strokes come from what? Stress. Anger. Most of your most deadly things that'll kill you on the spot come from an emotion. It comes from an emotion. Broken heart. Some of the most deadly things that you can die from are all emotions. You said, yes, that's true. I got sick from stress. Yeah, because your body starts to emit toxic enzymes. Because your body is not supposed to live like on adrenaline and, all of that. Yeah. 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 Well, the only reason you depressed is because you won't let go. That's where depression comes from. Try holding a 50-pound block everywhere you go and not putting your hands down. You ain't gonna be able to do that for long. And that's what you do when you hold on to stuff from 15 years ago. It's like a 50-pound weight on your back. And every time you don't forgive something else or let go of something else, it's another weight. You would be depressed. That's why God said, let me take all your burdens, which means all the stuff that you still holding on to, and you'll feel lighter. Yeah, I don't know. The Bible said, who is my mother and who is my brother? So I learned not to get attached to too many people, honestly. Not even my kids. I've always thought about if they were to leave, and I would tell God, if you take one of them, guard my heart. Even when they was little bitty kids, I said that. I'm not saying I wouldn't be broke down about it, but this is a prayer that I pray. God, if you take them, just guard my heart. But most people don't pray that because they don't want to think about it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, most people, whatever they don't want to think about, they don't pray about that. But I didn't know, and I know people that had lost their children, and I used to pray, God, I don't know what you're going to do if you give them to me, or if you take them, just help my heart. Help me be okay with it. And I was young, but I saw people lose their children, and and a lot of people walked away from God, but we also have to remember that they are not ours. God loaned them to us. And the only reason that they're ours is because of how we reproduce. If we reproduced another way, they would just be other people on the planet. Then he never said they was gonna outlive you. He said every person got their allotted time. And that's why he says make the most of every day. Because we don't time nothing is promised. And we live. Remember when I told you how I trained my kids? I didn't know if I was gonna be alive. I didn't know what was gonna happen with me. So I basically trained my children to live without me. Y'all remember? I told you I trained my kids to live without me. Because I didn't know what life was gonna be for us. And I used to tell them, if God take mommy away, you don't be mad. It's for a reason. Don't be angry. You still treat people good. You still do this. You still do that. These are conversations I had with my kids when they were little. Just like I told them, if the bad people come and tell you they want to give you a shot right here or right here, you tell them you want to go with Jesus. And people used to be like, why are you scaring your children? You shouldn't say that to them. I said, because it's a reality that kids is going to be in hell. Y'all remember what we read about children being in hell the other day? We just read about children being in hell right here. We read it here and other places. You just heard about sons being thrown into the fire. Y'all missed it? Yep, we're born in sin. So when people say, oh, that baby is innocent, you can't be innocent if you was born a sinner and shaped in iniquity. Everything that came out of Adam and Eve was born in sin. Does the Bible say everybody is born in sin? You're born guilty. Exactly. That's why you have to be saved. So then why do people say, oh no, the age of accountability? It ain't one. Right, we have to be born again, Miss Young. You're on to something. Your children, me, you, all of us was born sinners, evil, period. Like I told you, by 2 months, a baby know how to manipulate you. They know if you cry, they come in, and it don't even have to be anything wrong. And then once they hit 6 to 8 months and they understand that you've left the room, they'll cry and ain't nothing wrong with them. You being fed them, they dry, they just feel like they have to see you. So then they start to manipulate you. And then you pick them up and they're fine. And you take them where they are, as long as they can see you, they're fine. No, it's going to be some times in life you ain't going to be able to see me and you're not going to be able to sit here and cry. You'll not manipulate me. And this is, I used to talk to them, they was 2 months like, yep, no, you playing, ain't nothing wrong with you. I'm not picking you up. She's only 2 months. Yeah, and they learn how to lie very early. They learn how to manipulate very, very, very early. Yeah. Am I wrong? So when all these pastors be preaching people into heaven and saying, oh, I know, none of it makes any sense to me. And we know, because they're at the age of accountability, there is no age of accountability. If you was born in sin, you a sinner. Whether you a 6-month-old sinner, a 10-year-old sinner, a 25-year-old sinner, or a 120-year-old sinner, you a sinner. God is not a liar. Men, he said, let all men. God be the truth. So when they saying, who lying? We were taught you go to heaven if you don't know right from wrong. Well, you already read in Ezra, I think it was Ezra, where we read, or either Enoch, when it was talking about people was going, it's a punishment for rejecting what he tried to tell you. People like, oh, if I don't know, I can't be judged for it. He said lies because you rejected the information. Ooh, I don't know if it's in Enoch. Y'all ready? We just gonna go over here. We'll go back to that. Go to page 609 real quick. Let's answer that question. Actually, go to page 610 and let's talk about it. Yeah, that's what they told us, but they lied. We just talked about that. Miss Chanel. Yeah, it's not true. Baby, Creole girl, they born sinners. Every single person is born a sinner. You're not saved until you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord, and your parents cannot make that decision for you. So when people go get their kids baptized, and that kid, oh, I got my kid baptized, they did not accept Christ into their heart. You did that. It didn't say when your parents take you to get baptized. It says when you accept Christ in your heart, you are saved. I mean, you can dedicate them, but that don't mean they saved. Yeah, 610. Y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to listen. I absolutely love y'all. I'm not about to keep repeating this stuff. We is all grown in here. Please pay attention. I said it like twice first. Not, come on. I hate repeating myself. Y'all do not know that, but I'm telling you I do. If you're new here, I hate repeating myself. I'm not gonna keep saying it. I will ignore you. I promise. And you'll just have to keep asking. Because 15 people gonna come in here and ask me what page, what page, what page. And they was already asking me questions. So I just don't be trying to figure out how y'all don't hear. I love y'all. I absolutely love y'all. Here we go. D. So I need you to start at 3, and it says, and the Lord said to him, welcome, my dear Cedric, or Cedric. We're going to call him Cedric. What kind of complaint do you have against the God who created you? For you have said, I want to speak with God face to face. Cedric said to him, indeed, the Son does have a complaint against the Father, my Lord. Why did you create the earth? Or, I'm sorry, what did you create the earth for? The Lord said to him, for man. Cedric said, what did you create the sea for? And why did you spread every good thing upon the earth? And the Lord said, for man. Cedric said to him, if you have done these things, why did you destroy man? And the Lord said, man is my work and the creature of my hands. And I discipline him as I find it right. Did y'all hear that? Because he can. Because I can. Because I made them. That's my kid. Keep going. So he said to him, your discipline is punishment and fire. And they are very bitter, my Lord. It would be better for a man if he were not born. Indeed, what have you done, my Lord? For what reason did you labor with your spotless hands and create man, since you did not desire to have mercy upon him? He talking crazy. And God said to him, I created the first man, Adam, and placed him in paradise, in the midst of which is the tree of life. And I said to him, eat of all the fruit, only beware of the tree of life, for if you eat from it, you will surely die. However, he disobeyed my commandment, and having been deceived by the devil, he ate from the tree. Cedric said to him, it was by your will that Adam was deceived. He said, it's your fault. My master, you commanded your angels to worship Adam, but he who was first among the angels disobeyed your order and did not worship him, Lucifer. And so you banished him, because he transgressed your commandment and did not come forth to worship the creation of your hands. If you love man, why did you not kill the devil, the artificer of all iniquity? So he said, why didn't you just kill Lucifer, who's the person that invented, the inventor of sin? Who's ever asked that question? Well, why didn't God just not let Lucifer live and just kill him, and then we wouldn't have to worry about none of this? Well, here go the answer. All right. DTT. He said, who can fight against an invisible spirit? He enters the hearts of men like a smoke and teaches them all kinds of sin. Who has watched the show Supernatural? Anybody watch the show Supernatural? How does the demon get in? And how does it come out? What does it look like on the show when a demon is leaving and coming into a person? What does it look like? Black smoke. Black smoke. And when you take in oxygen, that oxygen pumps through your, all of this, right? And it goes where? Your breath keeps your what going? Lungs and what else? Your brain and what else? Come on. Your heart. Your heart. Your heart. You breathe in oxygen. It flows through your heart, through your lungs. It goes through all those other organs, okay? And here it says that the devil enters your heart like smoke, which is exactly what they showed us in the show Supernatural. Okay. Here we go. He said he even fights against you, the immortal God. And so what can pitiful man do against him? Yet have mercy, master, and destroy punishment. Otherwise receive me also with the sinners. For if you will not be merciful with the sinners, where are your mercies and where is your compassion, O Lord? And God said to him, be it known to you that everything which I commanded man to do was within his reach. Please tell me my daddy don't be talking crazy. He said, be it known to you, while you all up in my business, what you need to know is every single thing that I asked man to do was within his reach to do it. He said, I gave commandments, and I didn't give commandments that was impossible. He said everything I told him to do was within their reach to do it. I gave you a way out when you got ready. He said, I'm always going to make a way of escape. You know, when the phone rang and your kid said, Mommy, where you at? And you was about to get your back blowed in or surged when your wife called and said, baby, where you at? And you said, oh, I got an extra 30 minutes, babe. I'm working overtime. And the overtime was the chick in the break room that you should have went home to. And before you knew it, you was in the back seat of her car, your car, or at somebody's house doing something you didn't have no business. But he let your wife call you. He let your husband call you. He let the kids call. He let the security guard walk past you before you stole. Are you getting me? You said, I guess that's not the fluffy guy folks be talking about. No, key, she ain't. No, key, she is not. He said, I made a way of escape for you. You chose not to take it. He said, I wasn't asking you nothing that was too much for you to handle. Come on. All right. He said, I made him wise in the air of heaven and earth, and I subordinated him everything under him, and I subordinated everything under him, and every living thing flees from him and from his face. Having received my gifts, however, he became an alien, an adulterer, a sinner. Tell me what sort of father would give an inheritance to his son after, and having received the money, the son goes away, leaving his father and becomes an alien and in the service of aliens. The father then, seeing that the son has forsaken him and gone away, darkens his heart, and going away, he retrieves his wealth and banishes his son from his glory, because he forsook his father. How is it that I, the wondrous and jealous God, have given everything to him, but he, having received them, became an adulterer and a sinner? He said, I gave man everything. I gave him the earth. I gave him everything he needed. And still, with me giving you everything, you chose the devil over me. So why is y'all mad? You chose to be a sinner. You chose to break my rules. He was like, and I gave you forgiveness. And I gave you compassion and mercy and time. I was long suffering with you. I gave you a chance to change, and you still didn't change. So why is you mad, D? This is your choice. Do this sound like the fluffy God they be selling y'all in church? Huh? That's why a lot of people don't want to hear from me when I say we're going to have Bible study, because I'm not reading that fluffy stuff. Do you now understand why when Christians say to you, or church folks, I ain't going to say Christians, church folks say to you, oh, yeah, basic instructions before leaving earth? I said, exactly. So you would hope to get more. You've been at entry level for 35 years. You ain't made it to advanced or a median level or anything. You haven't become an expert in nothing but judging folks and talking crazy and looking like a church person. You've been reading Genesis for 40 years and never thought to go look up the names of the daughters of Adam and Eve. You never thought to see when Eve died, because, well, it's the most basic information. But there's a book called the Jubilees that will tell you when she died. Also, their daughters and sons. And then there's the book of Adam and Eve that'll tell you that she died 6 days after Adam. So if you just want the basic of God, why would he let you in heaven and you don't want nothing extra? You never thought to question outside of what you saw. You gonna want to be around a person that just give you the most basic, the minimum? You gonna give them 100% and they give you the bare minimum? Someone told me that when you're grounded, no one can turn you, even God. Because they grounded in stuff. They grounded in tradition. They not grounded in God's word. Because I guarantee you, if you go through their church list of things that they don't do and things that they're holding on to, they're man's traditions. They not God's word. You hear me? So you're God, and you can say who's supposed to have it and who not. So you didn't took Lucifer's spot. I don't think you need it, because you didn't put your God. You didn't put yourself in God's spot, because I mean, you don't get to say. God said He offered Himself to the whole world. So you don't get to say who get it and who don't. Now you doing the same thing Lucifer did when you said that. You know that, right? You literally just put yourself in the place that Lucifer did, in God's place. Be careful of your words. Because the Jews, the Hebrews, is the ones that started all of the craziness. You do realize that, right? These people came out of the Hebrews. They came out of Adam's line. They were the brothers and sisters of the people. I mean, what? Oh, I think I know who you are. Never mind. No, I remember this guy. I think that's the guy that I blocked from Facebook, and then I mean, not Facebook, from our other page. And remember, he came over here and just started posting a whole bunch of stuff. And I think I hit him on the channel. He just kept posting and kept posting and kept posting. So then he's back. He want to argue. Even though I don't argue the word. That's the rain gatherer. Uh-huh. Girl, why you were so obsessed with me? Everybody knows. Like, that's what I want to say. Because if you block me, I'm not coming back as nobody else. If you block me, I'm not calling you. I told you people be walking around and they really be having white vans. They be wanting to be heard so much that they will not hear you saying you're harassing me. You think that there's people that you harass that want to talk to you? They didn't teach you that in school about personal space and shit. Yeah. You was here the other day. I remember your name. You've been here a few times, actually. Because you kept posting a whole bunch of scriptures the other day. You did. Whether you've been blocked over here, I had just told you the other day. Why is you posting all them scriptures that don't have nothing to do with what we talking about? I said, if you know so much, go teach your class. I remember your name. You was here. Because you kept doing the same thing you doing today. But if that gets you your attention, I mean, because you sound just like Lucifer talking about they shouldn't have it because they're going to be sacrificing to devils. You do realize that was the original Hebrews. Well, anyway, your comment, you put yourself above God when you said that they shouldn't have it. You put yourself in God's place because He said He offered Himself to everybody. So how are you so whatever and you ain't even repeating what God said? If we going to post scriptures, make sure you putting in there that you not lining up. Christ went out into all the worlds. All the world ain't only the Hebrews. So what do you mean they don't deserve it? And the Hebrews was the first ones that was sacrificing to devils. He didn't have a covenant with nobody but them. He talked about them being murderers and thieves and whores and whoremongers. Okay, whatever. Moving on. And so do the Hebrews. Or else, why was all the laws written? The only reason a law needs to be written is if you didn't already start messing up and then they make a law, right? So then the Hebrews had to have been doing it first. And he didn't have a covenant with nobody but the Hebrews. So who was sacrificing to devils? Who was throwing their kids in the fire, going after false gods? Who was doing that? Who was sleeping with the temple whores? Because the Gentiles wasn't allowed in the temple. So who was sleeping with the temple whores? And throwing their babies in the fire. Wasn't the Gentiles doing that. It was the Hebrews. Okay, go away, please. Thank you. Have a good day. Especially when God said he going in and cut. It's no more Jew, it's no more Gentile. You didn't read that part? They all gonna be one in the body of Christ, Jews and Gentiles alike. You remember he left the Hebrews and went to the Gentiles because the Hebrews disgusted him? You don't remember? They used to give all their land, the Hebrews' land, and all their money and stuff to the Gentiles. You don't remember that part in the Bible? When he let the Philistine kings come and stomp on their heads because they was disobedient. You don't remember? So who don't deserve the covenant as to why he gave it to somebody else? Right. So then if you believe that, you wouldn't have let that comment come out your mouth about what the Gentiles don't deserve or supposed to have, and God said they did. You put yourself above God. What's even crazier than that, just because you black don't make you a Hebrew Israelite. Because it was people from Sudan. It was people from Chad. It was people from all of these other black nations. And people think just because they black, they are Hebrew. That's not the truth. You'll want to know and make sure that you are actually in the Hebrew line before you start claiming stuff. Because it was plenty of the Persians was black. The Greeks was black. Everybody at that time was black before the flood. Everybody. So just because you got dark skin don't even mean that you a Hebrew. You could be claiming something that ain't even in your blood. You really could be from Sudan. You really could be from another place that was considered a Gentile nation. Do you actually know that your family was born out of the Hebrews? You don't know that for sure. You just say because you black that you a Hebrew Israelite. But that ain't necessarily got to be the truth. Because your family could have came from Chad. Your family could have came from Nigeria. Your family could have came from any other place besides the Holy Land. You just claiming it. So you actually could be a Gentile. Because at those times, those Gentile nations were black. You don't know where you came from. You could be from the Congo or whatever. Did you do your DNA so you can see where you from? And use the black one. It's like $399 because it's a lot closer. So I would do that one to make sure. Why you saying? Because see, what would slap you in your face is if you turned down and found out you wasn't from over there. You was from one of the Gentile nations. Then you'll have to eat your words. I bet you will be a little bit long suffering and have some more compassion for who deserve the word and who don't then. Be careful, because you might have to eat them words about who don't deserve the word and who don't. It would be real sad if you found out that you came from a Gentile nation. And then you would be happy that God grafted you in. Be careful of your words. They might come back to bite you later. Because with the same measure of judgment, you're going to be judged. Remember that. I mean, people don't think. And they let this world hype them up and they just say stuff. But this, with the same oomph that you give out to people, that's what you're getting back. So you want to give more compassion. Be mindful of your words and who don't deserve something. Because you're sealing your own fate when you say that. Here we go. All right. Having received my gifts, however, he became an alien, an adulterer, blah, blah, blah. All right. Tell me what sort of father would. Oh, we did that. We did that. We did that. Okay. Cedric said to him, "You, master created man, you know the low state of his will and his knowledge, and you send man into punishment on a false pretext to so remove him. Am I alone supposed to fill the celestial realms? If that is not so, Lord, save man also. Pitiful man has transgressed by your will, O Lord. Why do you throw words around me as if they were a net, Cedric? I created Adam and his wife and the sun, and I said, look at each other to see who is illuminated. And the sun and Adam were of one character, but the wife of Adam was brighter than the moon in beauty, and she gave life to her. And Cedric said, what is the use of beautiful things if they wither away to dust? How is it that you said, Lord, do not repay evil for evil? How is it, Master? For the word of your divinity never lies. And why did you thus repay man if you do not wish to return evil for evil? Who asked that? Who asked that? Well, if God ain't evil, why he gonna repay us back for our sin? Anybody ever asked that question? Or if God say don't kill, why did he tell David and them to go unalive these people or those people? So Cedric was asking him, Well, if you said don't pay evil for evil, why is you gonna punish us for the stuff knowing that we don't really understand? Huh? I'm gonna wait for the rest of that. I'm gonna wait for the rest of that because I don't know what it is. Okay. He says, I know that among the four-footed beasts, the mule is the crafty animal. Is it none other? Yet with the bridle we turn it where we wish. You have angels. Send them to watch over man. And when he makes a move towards sin, hold on to his foot, and he will not go where he wants. So he said, uh, if you got all these angels and you got so many of them, every time a man get ready to sin, go walk towards sin, he said, had an angel grab his foot so they can't go over there. Why you just don't stop them? Yahweh never said that. God, why didn't you stop me? Why you just didn't stop me? Why you didn't let something happen so I didn't go do that? Anybody ever said that? God, why you didn't tell me? He said, I did. You just wasn't listening because you wanted to go sin. You had already formulated in your evil heart that you was gonna do what you was doing. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Listen here. God said to him, if I hold his foot, he says, you have given me no grace in the world. And so I left him. Oh, I'm sorry. God said to him, if I hold his foot, he says, you have given me no grace in the world. And so I left him to his own desires because I loved him. And thus I sent my righteous angels to watch him that night and day. Cedric said, I know that among your own creatures, Master, you love man first. Among the four-footed. Uh-oh. Is this thing dying? Oh, that's why. When I tell y'all I need to go get me some new glasses because a nigga can't see nothing. Yes, honey. No, I need a new prescription. Is what it is. I'm going to go. I keep saying I'm going to go. I just ain't went yet. But I can't see with my glasses on and I can't see with them off. It's crazy. I think it's just for all these 2 straight years every day. LED lights in my face. It's definitely done something to my eyes. Yes, honey, because I can't see with them on. I'm squinting at my TV now. My TV's at the end of my bed. And if I don't put my glasses on, I can't see it. So my eyesight has definitely changed in the last 2 years drastically. Oh, yes, I strain more than my eyes be killing me right now. And I can't see nothing, which is nuts. I can't see with them on, can't see with them off. They are dear. I don't even have them facing me. They're facing a wall. It's just what it is. Come on. I just got to make it through here. Because if I put my glasses on, I can't see the words. But if I don't have my glasses on, I can't see y'all words. So it's just a lot going on over here. We're just going to make it through. We're going to make it through. All right. Here we go. Now I can see. He said, God said to Cedric, I will ask you one thing, Cedric. If you can answer me, then you have rightly challenged me, although you have tempted your creator. And Cedric says, speak. Not that you didn't tell God to speak. The Lord God says, since I created everything, how many people have been born? Tell me our daddy is not petty. He said, I oblige you if you can answer the question. Since I created the earth, tell me how many people been born. He's so petty. He's so freaking petty, it's ridiculous. Remember he told old boy the other day, he said, well, go catch all the raindrops. He asked him too, how many people from creation until the flood was born? He said, you want to be in my business and you think you need to know the answers, tell me that first. How many people since I created the earth have been born until now? since you want to be in my business. God do not be playing that. Y'all be trying to make it like he fluffy, honey. He talks good and crazy. I get my smart mouth from my daddy. Moving on. And do. Oh, Lord Jesus. He said, since I created everything, how many people have been born? And how many have died? And how many shall die? And how many hairs do they have? Y'all. Go back. He said, if you want to know the answer to that question, tell me from creation until now, how many people been born? Tell me how many people have died, how many people are going to die, and tell me how many hairs each one of them people that's been born, that died, and that are going to be born have on their heads, and then I'll answer your question. Since you think you need to know. Tell me what I need to know first, and I'll give you an answer. No, you supposed to ask questions, but not questions that ain't none of your damn business. I guess that's what he's saying in a nice way. I'm paraphrasing. Like collecting the raindrops, Laura. Just reckless. Ain't that crazy? That is crazy. He said, tell me since creation till now, how many people born, how many gonna be born, how many people done died, and how many hairs all of those people had on their head, and then I'll answer you. Listen. They be telling y'all fluffy dad. He ain't fluffy by a long shot. Moving on. He's not. D. All right. He said, tell me, Cedric, since the heaven and earth have been created, how many trees have been made in the world? From creation until now, how many trees has there been on the planet? The ones that's been cut down, the ones that shriveled up and died, the ones that the termites ate, the ones that people cut down to make houses in. He said, from creation until now, tell me how many trees then came up all around the world, not just where you at. Deuteronomy 29:20, the secret things belong to God, and the things revealed belong to us. Come on now. What would you do? What would you do? He said, tell me how many trees is this. Tell me how many people that lived. Tell me how many people that died. Tell me how many hairs each one of those people that lived and died, and the people that are going to be born and are going to die, tell me how many hairs each one of the people got on their head. Since you want to know something. He said, sometimes you don't need to know all my business. That part. I just walk away and take my L. Me too, Jada. Like, never mind. Listen, this needs to be in the Bible. My face would be like, oh, God, right, Queen. Never mind. Forget it. Listen here. He said, and how many shall fall, and how many shall be made, and how many leaves do they? Y'all. He said, tell me all the leaves that was on the first trees, and every tree born since then, how many gonna fall, and how many they got right now? You can't even count the leaves on the tree in front of your house. One tree. Let alone every tree from creation until now. Could you imagine? But you a God though. Oh, y'all, here we go. Which book is what? So listen, the next time somebody tell y'all they a God or goddess, Please go to this book right here and ask them these questions. OMG! Listen, the next time somebody gets to talk to you, talk about their God, just ask them questions. It's going to get them off your back. You ain't even going to have to worry about them coming over there and telling you they're a God or a goddess no more. Because they can't answer not now one of them questions. They damn sure can't tell you how many hairs is on even the people in their house head. That is something a God would know. They can't tell you how many leaves is on the tree outside their house. They can't tell you how many trees have been made on this planet. They cannot tell you how many people have lived and died, but you are God. Really. Not how many trees is on the planet right now from creation until now. Tell me. You hear me? You hear me? Crazy, right? They can't even right. They can't even tell you how many hairs is on their own head. But you a God though, and a goddess. Tell me how many hairs is in your baby head. Count every single last one of them, even the baby hairs, even the lanugo, or whatever that is, that hair that go away when they come out. Count them too. Because you got to think, these is hairs on your head, but these is hairs on your head too. And some people got hair coming out of their ears and their nose. And don't forget, if you got a beard, those are hairs on your head too. This is your head from here up. So that means every hair on your head. That means your eyebrows. Tell me how many eyelashes you got. Just like when he says the grains of sand. Okay. But you a god though. You a goddess, right? Okay. Sure you are. Can't even tell me how many leaves is on the front of your tree in your hair. Yeah, hell, I'll take the little skimpy sapling. How many leaves on that? Right. Right. Girl, listen. He says, tell me, Cedric, since I made the sea, how many waves have billowed and how many rolled slightly? Y'all. He said, okay, since you want to know so bad, how many waves have came up and stood up, and then how many just rippled slightly? Some people don't be having nothing to do. And I told you they be having internet Tourette's and they just type stuff. Y'all didn't know it was a condition called internet Tourette's. But every time you see a person just spaz out and say crazy stuff, okay, they just come over here and just spaz out and just be saying it's a thing. It's a condition called internet Tourette's. And people just type stuff, whatever their fingers get out. And don't nobody be knowing what they talk about. You have to say, come again, excuse me. Say what? And none of it's legible. None of it, you can't even understand it. Yeah, moving on. All right, here we go. Y'all didn't know. You don't need, okay, so if you want people to understand, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to go teach your class and stop trying to teach mine. Okay? I'm the person getting people to understand in here. You need to go teach your class if you want people to understand what you're saying and not interrupt mine. Because nothing that you're talking about is what we're talking about right now. Stay on task or go teach your own class with all of the knowledge that you have. I'd appreciate it. Because I don't go in nobody else's class trying to tell nobody nothing. I just teach mine. It just amazes me. People be having so much information, but they don't never have time to teach it on their own TikTok or YouTube or wherever you be at. How do y'all have so much information, but y'all never teach it on y'all lives? Don't you think your people would want to hear what you got to say? Because it's about 1 o'clock and these folks is over here looking for CERCA. I promise you. We ain't got no assistant teachers. There's no TAs here. I got it, Deborah. Remember I told you please don't do that. And I don't have any mods either for a reason. I don't need them. I will add every person. They know who I'm talking to. Don't need no help. I don't have mods. Thank you. You're welcome. I mean, it's cool, but yeah. Because if you add them, then they stay. No. It's about 1 o'clock here, probably. I don't know. Yeah, it's 1. We about to go to sleep. Okay, moving on. All right. He said, I made the sea. How many waves have billowed? How many have rolled slightly? Tell me, Cedric, since the creation of the world of the ages, when the air is full of rain, how many raindrops have fallen upon the world and how many shall fall? It's raining right now. I cannot even tell you if 10,000 fell. God said, since creation, since you know so much and you want to know so much, tell me how many raindrops have fallen all around the world since creation. And from today forward, tell me how many going to fall to the end of time. If this don't make you understand his thoughts are not our thoughts and his ways are not our ways, you can't even tell him how many people have been born in your family from your mama and your daddy side, let alone how many people was born from whenever Cedric asked this question from creation until that day. You don't even know how many people have been born through creation that are technically your family members. We can only go back like 100 years. But you a God though. Tell me how many people been born in your family for the last 300 years then since you a God and goddess. And then tell me how many hairs is on their heads. Every single person that was born for the last 300 years in your family. Since the 1700s or 1800s until now, how many people been born in your family? And that's counting the ones with your granddaddy cheating and your grandma cheating and your uncle cheating and the babies that they never talked about. Oh no, you got to count all of them because if they got your blood. Tell me. I don't even know all my great grandparents' kids. Come on. And we don't know all our uncles' kids because Unc was a Rolling Stone and Grandpa was too. But do you know who does know? And you know, he know how many trees have come up and how many trees are going to come up and how many raindrops have fallen since. Do you understand? So now you see probably why God be mad when we say we knew. He said, you don't know nothing. Your thoughts are not my thoughts. He know how many hairs is on every. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, nigga. You gotta find something else better to do. Instead of being in my class being irritated. I don't know what people be thinking. It's not a thing when people say, please leave me alone or please go away, that you listen to that. I have never, if somebody tell me I don't want to be bothered with you, I don't call them. I don't show up at their house still trying to talk to them. Go to jail for that shit. It's harassment. Like, y'all don't take cues. If you do it on the internet, you'll do it in person. If I block you and you come find me on another page, you a stalker, nigga. I watch too much murder mystery and stuff and psychiatric. You, you need help. If you gonna try to force a person that don't want to talk to you by creating other pages, it's something wrong with your mind. And if you over here and I done blocked you and you know you blocked on my other page, why you over here? Because you was offensive. I don't talk to people that offend me. I don't deal with people that like to see me upset. Babe, you a miserable person. And it's stalker mentality. You watching me from the shadows? Nigga, I watch people on TV about you all the time. You ain't seen it? Whatever you do on here, you will do in person. So if you will stalk somebody online, you will stalk them in person. That's weirdo mentality. If a person says, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to see you, I don't want you nowhere around me, and you continue to force yourself, like, why would you even want to be somewhere where somebody don't want you? Why are you going to try to keep talking to somebody that's ignoring you? You're weird. And it's something wrong here, I promise you. I don't care how you try to say, oh, I'm just getting under their skin. No, you weird and it's something wrong with you. Because even if my mama tell me, don't call me, I won't call her. I'm talking about for years. She didn't say, don't call me, I'm not your mom and all that. And I heard through the grapevine, your mama crying about her grandkids. She said that she was my mama and don't call her, and I don't. My kids say, Mama, I don't want to talk to you. I don't talk to them until they call me when they ready to talk. I'm not forcing anyone to talk to me that don't want to. That's weird. And I'm damn sure not gonna go make no fake page to spy on you. That's even weirder. I don't got one fake page. You gonna know I'm looking. if I'm looking. But if you tell me you don't want to be bothered with me, or I know you rub me the wrong way, people like being irritated. Y'all know that, right? They miserable and they want other people to be unhappy, but I'm not an unhappy person. So I try to make everybody happy around me because I don't want nobody around me that's unhappy because I be happy. You said it, Laura. That's 2 times the crazy. Nuts. It's 8 billion people on TikTok, and you want to make some fake pages and keep coming back to talk to somebody that don't want to talk to you. Maybe you ain't got nothing to do with your life. You ain't even trolling at this point. You just pitiful. Ridiculous. Moving on. I'm about to go after this little page we got here. Because people is absolutely nutballs. Right. Cue fantasies. Come on. By Mariah Carey. That part. Oh, you said Fantasia. I was thinking and why you so obsessed with me? Crazy? They don't want to talk to somebody, don't want to talk to them. Nuts. Moving on. All right. We're going to end it right here after this, and y'all can read the rest. So he says, tell me, Cedric, since the creation of the world, of the ages, when the air is full of rain, how many drops have fallen upon the world and how many shall fall? And Cedric said, you alone know all these things, Lord. You alone are acquainted with all of these things. I only beg you to make man free of punishment. But otherwise, I myself am going to punishment, and I am not separated from our race. And God said to his only begotten Son, go take the soul of my beloved Cedric and put it in paradise. The only begotten Son said to Cedric, give me that which our father deposited in the womb of your mother in your holy dwelling place since you were born. Cedric said, I will not give you my soul. And God said to him, and why was I sent? And why did I come here? And you make a pretense? You make a pretense to me. I was commanded by my Father not to hesitate in taking your soul. Hence, give me your most desired soul. So he said, oh, you want to go to heaven? Don't worry about it. Jesus, come get Cedric's soul and go and take him and put him in paradise. He didn't want to die. He said, wait, I ain't ready to die today. He said, but you said you didn't want to be counted with the sinners, right? Meet Joe Black, Abraham. He said you didn't want to go be with them, so not today. Jesus, come get his soul. He said, hey, give me what your mama gave me when God deposited in your mother's womb. The soul that she was given. Give it here. Come on with that. I need that. Give it back. He said, you so ready to go and you don't want to be counted with them, so come on today. You ready today? Time to go. Come on. He said, you don't want to be counted with them, so I'll send Jesus to come get you. Samson and his son on his way. Yeah. He said, well, since you got all these questions and you want to know what's going on, come on. Let's go today. He changed his mind real quick, didn't he? He said, yeah. He said, come on and give me that. Give me what I gave you. And when do we know that the soul is put into the body? What happens? Y'all remember? No? Yes? Where the water is water. All that. It's a trick question. Come on. The spark of life. Yep. Yep. The electrical spark, which is zinc, right? And all the hair on my body started standing up. That's crazy. Yeah. And let me ask you a question. How do they know that you're dead? I don't know. I don't have no set time. I never have said. I don't even know if I'm coming on tomorrow because I got to do my hair and my nails, so I probably won't even be on tomorrow. I don't know for sure. I don't have no set time. You flatline. And how did they get you to not be flatlined? Paddles. What's in them? Electric. Electric. So your life starts with electricity and your life ends with electricity. You know, the soul has gone out of the body because there's no more electricity flowing through there. God comes and take his spirit back. How do the cells start to multiply when a woman gets pregnant? Electrical shocks is going straight through there, right? The electricity spazzing through there is making the cells multiply. That's also what stops your life is no electricity. So the same thing that starts your life in your life, right? The same thing that starts the cells multiplying is the same thing that says your life ended. God come back and get what he put in there, which is light, because he's light. God is light, and the soul comes from God, and the soul returns back to God. What don't return to God is this flesh, this dirt. It stay here because it didn't come from God. It came from earth. God is light. Light starts our life, and when the light stops firing in our body, our life is over. To restart life, they have to use, right, a knockout version of what God does to get your heart moving again, so that your brain waves start to fire and all of that again, all electricity. Do you see what I'm saying? So he come back and get the light that he gave you. He is light. Your life starts with light and it ends with light. There's no more electricity firing nowhere in your body as to why they have to shock you with more electricity. I don't know. I have no idea. I ain't never heard about no gold dust. I don't study that much to know. Mhm. I'm only looking at the life part of it right now. I'll get to that part, I guess, when I get to it. I'll let you know if I can come back and tell you about the gold part. I don't know. If you let me come back and tell you, huh? But you hear what I'm saying? So you the life that God gave you, say I'm getting it back. The soul came from God and it goes back to God. God is light, and the light starts your life and it ends your life. Because your heart can still be pumping, but you could be brain dead, which means there's no electricity there. And once you brain dead, right? There's no electrons firing and all of that, neurons and all of that. None of those things are moving around. That's all light bouncing from here to there, connecting electrical charges going through. So you can be brain dead and the rest of your body is still whatever, but ain't no electricity here. And this rules your body. This tells everything in your body what to do, to breathe, to stop, to see, to hear, to taste, everything. So if this is gone, this ain't no good. Right or wrong? If there's no electricity firing here or here, so the light. And the light gives you life. Physically and spiritually. Vitamin D. It breaks down bilirubin. For black folks, it turns into energy. Uh, Feeds the plants. Feeds the trees. Which feed us. So without light, you will be in darkness in more than one way. Now look, we fretting about 3 days of darkness right now. Why we don't want to be in the dark? We like to do our deeds in the dark. We like to hide our deeds in the dark, but we don't want to be in the dark. We talked about depression. When you first get depressed, what's the first thing you start doing? Closing all the windows. You don't want to see no light. No, don't turn the light on. No, don't open my curtains. You start wearing dark clothes, listening to dark music. You don't want no lights on. You want to keep your room dark. You want to stay in the dark. When you think you're creeping, most times it's in the dark. If you stealing, you try to go to a place where you're not seen, a hidden place. You don't have to necessarily be dark, but you don't want nobody to see. I don't know. I feel like y'all over there thinking. I know it's time to go to sleep, but I feel like it's the folks over there thinking. I can feel it over here. Like, ooh, yep, I didn't think about that. I did not. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. Crazy. Definitely a deep thought right now. Yeah. Listen, cover up a lie. Come on. Think about it. Even when you whispering and you talking about something, it's dark in between your hand and the phone. And most times when you speaking a secret, you covering your mouth, so it's even spoken darkness. You hear me? Oh Lord. person keep getting back in my damn page? I don't know, but I wish they would stay away. Instead of just coming on my page, why don't you just block me? Instead of coming over here talking crazy, you look real silly doing that. You know that, right? When I tell you it be some weird people on this planet, I think I just blocked that person from our TikTok the other day, didn't I? Ain't that the person I just blocked from from my CERCA TROVA page? Do y'all remember? That's another person I blocked. My thing is, if I see somebody that I don't like on my FYP, I definitely don't click on their live. Like, do you see what I'm saying? People be weird. If I came up on your FYP, how the hell am I stalking you? It's definitely given I used to be blocked. I'm trying to tell you. People come in my life and say, "Can you please block me?" No, block me, you weirdo. I don't know I'm coming up on your FYP, but you must have been on my other page before, or I wouldn't be coming up on your FYP. Like I was saying, no, they don't be bots. They be real people. I done blocked a hell of a lot of folks. My block list on TikTok so long, it's ridiculous. It's people I blocked and I don't even remember I blocked them because I blocked them in the beginning because they was talking crazy a long time ago. Then what happens is they be creeping in here on my YouTube and they'll go watch, even though they swear they don't mess with me. And then they take all the information they learn on my YouTube and go start their pages with them. Again, like I said, even when you telling a secret, whether it be from the phone or look at this now. If my hands is to that person's ear, is it not dark in between my hands while I'm whispering these words? These words are spoken in darkness when I'm whispering. And you covering your lips because you don't want nobody to know. This is why God said everything you did in darkness, like even the words you spoke in darkness, everybody gonna know about them too. Still want to whisper in somebody's ear? Hmm? Something so simple, because I know up until now I really never even thought about it like that, but he must have gave me that example because I never thought about it like that. But even words that you whispering and you trying to cover your mouth, you hear me? Stalking behind a computer is darkness. Yeah, it probably is. It definitely is. Mm-hmm. It's weird. Just saying stuff. And they probably be sitting in the dark. You wore your second Baruch shirt today, Auntie? Listen. And as y'all can see, I don't be worried about nobody. Folks be trying to argue with people that they'll never meet and don't know. You ain't got nothing to do else better to do with your time than argue with a person you'll never meet. But once I learned that that's how people try to get themselves up in the FYP because they want people to at them, that's why I be telling y'all don't do it. Because every time you add them, it's moving them up. You'll not come over here and cause problems and get up in the FYP or whatever you want to do. We only promoting folks that's positive, and you don't seem to be that, so I'm going to need you to leave. You hear me? Crazy. I don't argue with strangers. In person or on the computer. For what? That just says a lot of crazy stuff about you that you don't even know me and you want to irritate me or try to do what? Because I don't care if you even breathing or not. It doesn't even matter to me. You hear me? And that's the sad part about it, but I didn't even know you existed. I still don't even know who you is. So whether you breathing or not, it don't change my life none. Whether you happy or sad, especially if you coming over here to irritate me, it don't change my life none. I'm still gonna go get in my bed and I'm still gonna do whatever it is that I was gonna do before you called yourself coming in here trying to get under my skin. You hear me? You weird. So whether you breathing or not, it don't affect my life none. In real life, I will never know. So you need to go do something more productive with your time and not be over here getting on my nerves. Yes, Miss Buckins. The internet be making people think they really matter to you when you don't even care. They feel like their opinion matter. Just like a butthole, everybody got one. Some people don't, but they have a colostomy bag they can go in, so you could get rid of the poop anyway. You hear me? Mm-hmm. I got better things to do with my time than be arguing with strangers. But hopefully y'all learned something this evening in our impromptu class. I don't even plan on being on here for 195 minutes. I did not plan on being on here for 195 minutes, but because I don't know if I'm coming on tomorrow, because y'all see this head. I need to do something with it. You don't even feel like it. Well, we've been on here 196 minutes. A long time. Probably a little bit longer than that. So, I love y'all. I hope y'all sleep well. You're welcome. Oh, now y'all got a new book to read because y'all probably wasn't nowhere around that book. Go on in there and finish because if y'all haven't already. I love y'all. And I don't know if I'll see y'all tomorrow for sure or not. Good night.